Rent-A-Girlfriend is the best slice-of-life anime ever made. Yeah, that was a lie. Rent-A-Girlfriend is actually a chaotic dumpster fire of an anime. But you know what's worse than a dumpster fire? A dumpster fire that you just can't seem to put out because you enjoy watching the flames. Because there's something almost beautiful about pure chaos with flames, especially in the form of a degenerate weeb anime. Now, I will say I should have made a video about this anime a while ago, but how could I do that when I've been spending all my time catching up on the manga? And the bad part about that is that's actually a true statement. But that's not what this is about, and it's better late than never to make a video about it now. So let's hop into the Shriz Rent-A-Girlfriend review. Fuck. Now the first thing I'm going to say is a pretty mundane thing that I'm pretty sure I'm one of the only people who even thought about this and thought it was like a good thing or an interesting thing. But I gotta say, the settings of the anime were actually refreshing, okay? One where there's students in it, but it's of the college variety instead of the, the high school variety, right? I mean, those things just get overplayed like a jukebox in a Waffle House. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the last time I watched an anime with these types of settings was Golden Time, which was a while ago, so I haven't seen one where, the characters are in a college setting in a while. Which, by the way, Golden Time, definitely recommend, check it out. I might make a video about that at some point too, but that's not what this is about. Now, this anime had one of the worst or best introductions to an MC I've seen in anime, and I guess it depends on how you look at it. The worst for the MC, the best for the viewer. But it really set the stage for the shit show that was about to unfold. I mean, poor Kazuya. My man really got dumped in the first 10 seconds of the anime? That's gotta be some type of world record. I mean, I even took the time to email Guinness to try to enter that into the record book, but we'll see how that goes. Now, to be honest, this type of thing is kind of like a common storytelling trope, like something bad happens to the main character at the very beginning, right? But the domino effect that this had on the story was just different. Does he enter his villain arc? Nope. Does he unlock the Sigma male grind set? Getting in shape, getting power, proving her wrong? Hell no. Instead, he might have had one of the most reasonable responses I've ever seen in an anime, and another thing that I really liked about this. He just goes home and cries. And, of course, as any man would, Googles, how the fuck do I get over this? Because mind you, this was his first breakup as well. Okay, there's something different about the first one. It's like your first time riding a bike, okay? You're not gonna get it done quite right the first time. It'll take a while to get your balance. And you know what? I've been there. But in my opinion, that's exactly where the realism in this story just completely ends. So take a deep breath, hold on to that thought of just an anime being pretty one-to-one on actual life events. Because from this point on, both the gates of heaven and hell proceed to open up at the exact same time. Okay, and just a little side note here. I know this might sound like a dumb retelling of the story, but that's not all this is. I promise that I'm not going to. Even if it seems like it at first, that's not what I'm gonna do. Anyways, Kazuya in his endless pit of despair and endless scrolling on Google finds Rent-A-Girlfriends, which led him to the heroine, Chizuru. Which, by the way, it'd be awesome if they made a what-if story of him scrolling and then picking Ruka first. That would be fantastic, like a little side movie or something non-canon, that'd be great. But regardless, it did lead him to Chizuru. And hold on, don't let this waifu distract you from the fact that Kazuya might be the MC, but the true protagonist that is pushing this story forward is capitalism and digital marketing. You really can't make this up. Amazing. By the way, I'm not sure what Chizuru's cut of the Rent-A-Girlfriend thing is, but I'm pretty sure it's $48. I looked into it, I did some research. $48 an hour. We might as well call her a new age Leafy the way she's raking it in. But we both know the story from here. Kazuya begins renting Chizuru to get over mommy, burning through all of his college funds and starting his journey of becoming one of the most cringy characters of all time. Even going as far as bitching at her about her doing her job while paying her to do her job. What a man. Now I gotta say something that people weren't fans of from what I've noticed, and I'm not usually a fan of myself, is forced plot. But you can call me a dedicated Star Wars fan the way that this plot was so forced, but I was loving every single bit of it. Kazuya's grandma goes to the hospital. Maybe you should leave him alone while he goes to visit her. Nope, she follows the man to the hospital while continuing to pretend to be his girlfriend? What? But wait, there's more. Chizuru's grandma's at the hospital? And on top of that, their grandmas are best friends? Now all of a sudden they're in this weird figure eight of trying to cover for each other. Which in the middle of this figure eight forming, Kazuya just goes for a straight up Hail Mary in the hospital bed. My man really thought he saw an opportunity and proceeded to get kicked in the balls. Nice. But yeah, my point is most people hate forced plot, but in this case I loved it. I was dying laughing watching these two get forced together like some type of anime black hole. It was kind of like one of those consciousness memes, if you know what I'm talking about. She's a Rent-A-Girlfriend. Her grandparents are friends. You go to the same school. Wait, what? You live right next to each other? Honestly, it's just beautiful stuff. Absolutely loved it. Storytelling 100. So while he was on a crusade of tricking everyone he knows and loves into thinking that his degenerate ass had a girlfriend, there was actually some good plot and character development. Hear me out. I'm not being sarcastic either. I am dead serious. There are some good elements of story development, character development, and just storytelling overall. And I can name a few off my head. When Kazuya decided to say him and Chizuru broke up at the beach. As annoying as that was for me and you, the viewer, watching, knowing that Mami-chan was just manipulating the man, it was actually a point of realization early on in the story that this fake relationship wasn't actually doing anything for him, and was all just a facade and keeping him from moving on or even getting back with his ex. And yeah, while the whole breaking up thing didn't exactly last that long, that was actually pretty good storytelling, even though it backtracked like what, the next episode? And I'll just rattle off a couple more moments for the sake of my point. In that same little arc of the story, I'm pretty sure the next episode, this man straight up GTA 5 dived off of a boat to save Chizuru, which was a pretty big deal. It was probably the first time that he recognized Chizuru as like an actual person and someone that he cared about, and not just like a rental girlfriend in like this chess game of trying to basically trick everyone. I mean, even other characters kind of alluded to my point in the story. Like, wait a minute, why would you jump off a boat almost drowning to save someone that you aren't really with or really don't care about? And you know, there are a couple answers for that. There's one that I gave, or he's just simply an idiot, and I think you can circle both in this case. And lastly, unironically and ironically, at the exact same time, one of the most important moments of character development, and I'm trying to keep a straight face, was when that man Kazuya was, well, I don't want to get banned but you know, when he was reeling the rod, or you know, tugging the rope. Alright, you get the point. I'm trying to dance around it, okay? This scene might have been the biggest deal in the series. Like, actually. He was going through this mental battle, you know, gymnastics, Call of Duty match, trying to think about his ex, but couldn't stop himself from thinking about Chizuru instead. And that's when he had to face the realization that he had finally kind of moved on, and even worse, fallen for Chizuru. That scene did it. Why was it that scene? I love this story. Yep, somehow that was probably the best moment of character development in the story. Crazy. Like, that was the moment that flipped the story on its head. What? And as I take a trip down memory lane and I talk about this anime, I'm beginning to remember why I called it a dumpster fire at the beginning. What am I even reviewing right now? I'm gonna hurry this up a bit. Anyway, in the meantime, we actually saw small instances of character development from Chizuru as well. Very small, very subtle, but moments where you could tell that she started to care about Kazuya, which was pretty cool. And for once, not just in like a pity way, like feeling bad for the man, trying to help him out. And of course, at another point in the story, Mami-chan found out that Chizuru was a rent-a-girlfriend, which definitely made the story more interesting. You know, GG Kazuya, basically. Match over. And of course, later on in the story, Ruka was introduced, and Ruka was just being Ruka as always. And I'll touch on that a little bit more in a little bit. We love you, Ruka. And since I don't want to make a half-an-hour video about a show that's not even over, not even close, let's hop to the ending. Where season 2 left off, we were finally starting to get a glimpse into Chizuru's past, why she works so hard in acting and does the things that she does. And it even ended in like a little mini climax, with her trusting Kazuya to make her dream come true, of getting her grandma to see her in front of the big screen. Which for this type of anime was actually such an unexpectedly beautiful and wholesome ending. Like, I don't think anyone would have expected that. Which, to be fair, I don't think you could have exactly expected a whole lot in this anime that did happen, but you definitely wouldn't have expected this based on the previous degeneracy we've seen. And honestly, it does make me confused on how we even got here. But nonetheless, it was beautiful, and it makes me look forward to a season 3 much more. Even though I have gotten past where a season 3 would go in the manga, trust me, I'm a dedicated anime watcher. It's almost like 2 different events for me. So I'm very much looking forward to it. But yeah, it seems that the stakes are going to be higher, and the plot's going to be a little bit more meaningful, which is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see. And before I end the video, I'm just going to start a little war here. Sorry, not sorry. To be blunt, Sumi does not deserve to be in this degenerate-ass anime, okay? First of all. Glad she exists, but she doesn't deserve this. Ruka is objectively best girl. But I'm invested in the story now and rooting for Chizuru. It just is what it is. They wrote it into me. I can't help it. And if you like Mami-chan, I'm convinced you just want to see the world burn. Up into flames. Even though I do agree that she's an integral part of the story, and definitely added a lot to it, and I do enjoy it. But manga reader, anime watcher or not, you are a demon if that's your favorite character. Regardless of all that. It's your boy Shriz. I will continue to watch this dumpster fire until the flames go out. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. Say something in the comments section. I don't know. See you in another video.